It's great to have your company this Tuesday, the 29th of June. I'm Jessica Amir, Senior Market Analyst with Bell Direct, and we do hope this finds you safe and well. Well, as it stands, about 23% of the world's population have received their first dose of the COVID-19 vaccine, and that's according to the publication called Our World Data. But what's promising is in the US, half of their population have received their first jab. So this is supporting the continued economic recovery. And for investors, it means many companies are continuing to grow their earnings. So this is why we saw the S&P 500 rise for the second straight day, hitting another brand new record high, up 0.3% overnight. The Nasdaq also rising to a record high, up 1% overnight. As for standout stocks in the S&P 500, there was a solar energy company called Enphase Energy. Their shares rose 7%. Now, Enphase Energy, for those that don't know, have been touted by many as the US stock to watch. Now, Enphase sells home and commercial energy products like solar roof panels and energy storage systems that are controlled by your mobile phone. In 5 years, their shares are up a massive 9,500%. As for other stocks that did well overnight, well, it was the big tech names like Zoom, Facebook, and Peloton, which rose over 4% each. Now, what to watch today for us locally? Well, the futures earlier suggested that we're likely to have a negative Tuesday for two reasons. We've got end of financial year, plus we've got three major capital cities in lockdown. But there are three key considerations here. Firstly, as for the end of financial year, there's 2 days to go. Many investors view this week as a week to buy quality companies because many stocks go on sale, so to speak. Well, what do we mean by that? Well, many stocks that have gone up over the year are likely to continue to see profit taking. And that's because institutional investors usually rebalance their portfolios around this time to sell down those stocks that have done well to buy stocks that have underperformed. So let's think about stocks in the ASX 200 that have gone up by 40 to 90% this year in the ASX 200. They include miners like Chalice, CHN, Pilbara Minerals, PLS, and Codan, CDA. In banking, you've got Virgin Money, VUK, and Westpac, WBC. In building, there's Reece, REH, and Boral, BLD. And there's also UWL, Unity Wireless, in utilities. Secondly, today, given the COVID-19 restrictions and lockdowns in Perth, Sydney, and Darwin, travel, tourism, hospitality, retailers, their earnings will likely be hurt and thus their shares. So some stocks to watch in air travel include Rex, REX, Sydney Airports, SYD, and Hello World, HLO. Now, their shares fell between 1% and 2% yesterday, while Qantas dived the most. They were down 4% yesterday. In hospitality, you might like to watch Endeavour, EDV, Red Cape Hotel, RDC, Crown, CWN, and Star Entertainment, SGC. On the positive side, given the lockdowns and the behavioural shifts, you might expect online gambling stocks to continue to do well, like Aristocrat, ALL, who are reporting continued earnings growth, and Jumbo, JIN. Their shares are also doing quite well, up 22% this month. Thirdly, keep in mind our Prime Minister, the Australian Prime Minister, Scott Morrison, announced last night vaccines are now open to anyone under the age of 40. So far, 24% of the Aussie population have received their first COVID-19 jab. As for commodity moves overnight, two things to note. The iron ore price has continued its recovery, up 0.4%. It's now back at $215 US. However, keep in mind Rio Tinto and BHP both closed lower in New York, so the Aussie listed stocks could follow lower. Secondly, the oil price has pared back. It's now back at $72 US a barrel, ahead of OPEC talks this week, so you might expect some profit taking in oil stocks like Santos Energy, which are up 16% this year. As for trading ideas, just a couple that might be worth a look. Bapcor, BAP, they're upgraded by Citi overnight with a new $9.55 price target now. BAP or Bapcor, for those that don't know, they own the brands like Midas, Autobarn, and Burson Auto Parts, and BAP have been the beneficiary of the behavioural shifts that are taking place, with more of us, I guess, somewhat being forced to take driving holidays. Plus, this company, Bapcor, is also growing by acquisition, and they recently expanded into Tideland. Secondly, molecular diagnostics company Genetic Signatures GSS. They were reiterated as a Bell Potter speculative buy overnight with a slimmer $2.20 target. Now, Bell Potter shaved its price target down. Why? Well, because COVID testing demand is reducing. However, Bell Potter still sees 95% share upside in year for GSS. Lastly, bullish charting signals seen in VGI Partners. VGI is their ticker, Codan KGN, and Redbubble RBL. And that's according to Trading Central. Stay safe, happy trading. I'm Jessica Amir. Bye for now.